Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm here to review another movie. And this next movie, I am super excited to review this movie. It's for the new Bordeaux movie called Eighth Grade, and it stars Elsie Fissel, Josh Hamilton, and this is one of the best movies I have seen all year. It's a story about this girl played by Elsie Fissel, who is going through her last week of eighth grade. And let me just say right off the bat, Elsie Fissel does a fantastic job acting. She is one of the best young actresses living today. She portrays Kayla perfectly, and she's so real, and she is just amazing in this movie. And if she does not get a nomination, at least a nomination, I'm not saying that she has to win, but if she doesn't at least get a nomination, then I am convinced that the Oscars are rigged at this point because she definitely deserves that nom. A fantastic job from her. And Bo Durham, equally as good as the person behind the scenes as a director. He films this movie so realistically, and he writes this movie. This is a completely original movie. In a time where we're seeing a whole bunch of sequels, prequels, remakes, this is a breath of fresh air that we get to see something completely original from Mr. Bo Durham. And he better get a Best Director nomination. He better get a Best Original Screenplay nomination because this movie is perfect. I do not have a single complaint about this movie. In this movie, Elsie Fissel, her character is extremely shy, and she stutters all the time, pretty much like I do. And it was written that way. It was written in the script that her character stutters. So all the ums and likes and her stutters come out as completely genuine. This is a very scripted movie, but it feels like it's real. In fact, there's a couple scenes in this movie where I literally thought I knew these people my entire life. This is one of the best movies I have ever seen in my whole entire life. I am not exaggerating about this. And the music to this movie, the soundtrack is amazing. Amazing soundtrack. I love the soundtrack to this movie. Bo Durham decides to place the soundtrack to fit the scene, and it does. It does fit the scene. And yeah, I barely have any complaints about this movie. This movie can come off as very awkward at times but that's just because that's what eighth grade is. Eighth grade is a very awkward time in a person's life. And the way it's portrayed in this movie is perfect. I love this movie. I hope to see more movies from Elsie Fissel because she does an amazing job. And I know I'm harping about Elsie Fissel and Bo Durham a lot, but they are the two best parts of this movie. And also, her dad, played by Josh Hamilton, does a really amazing job in this movie. I loved Elsie Fissel's and Josh Hamilton's chemistry. They have fantastic chemistry throughout this entire movie. I really thought they were father-daughter relationship. Like I said, this is one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. I absolutely love this movie. And just let me talk. I'm just going to get a little bit off topic and talk about the Oscars for a minute. I really hope that the Oscars consider this movie. I really do. Because every single year, it seems like at the Oscars, a movie or an actress or an actor gets snubbed, completely snubbed. And I hope it doesn't happen for this movie. It seems like the Oscars half the time, you have to be in the club in order to get a nomination even. And let me tell you something. They better not nominate Meryl Streep for Best Supporting Actress in her role as Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, because she didn't do hardly anything in that movie. Yes, Meryl Streep is a very fantastic actress, but every single year for every single movie she gets nominated, I just hope they do something different this year and nominate Elsie Fisher. Yes, she is young. Yes, this is one of her first movies. She did a couple of other movies in the past, but this is her first breakthrough role. And they better nominate her. They better nominate her. And for Bo Durham, they better nominate him for Best Original Screenplay and Best Director. Even though he's a newcomer to this, he better be nominated. I am tired every single year of seeing the same exact people nominated for movies. They better do something new this time. So, careful, Oscars. You have to be very careful with this one because I will be upset if Elsie Fisher or Bo Durham doesn't get nominated. And this is my very first time I am going to get a perfect grade for this movie. I am going to give this movie an A+. This movie is a masterpiece. I love this movie. Bye.